camera a bit. So we're live. I'm trying out this YouTube going live straight off of the YouTube. So I'm not even using the StreamYard right? Huh? Yeah, I usually do StreamYard. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm doing it straight off of the app now. So I'm testing it out, see how it works. I kind of want to do it like that anyway. But this is straight off the YouTube app. StreamYard is a third party. I feel so, yeah. It's better quality image. No. This is the YouTube app. Yeah. No. It's third party. No. It'd be better off the YouTube. Good? Yeah. So with that, okay. Start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kadash. Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the brothers that teach the truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect. 1/3, sincere listeners. This is GMS Toronto, back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom, known as Babylon the Great. Okay, and as we come closer to the end of this ministry, all right, the devil, he's gonna actually put a stain on the Israelites, man. Try to defame the Israelites, and whether you know you're an Israelite or not, you're just coming for the Jacob, man. Yeah, okay. He's these pastors, these Edomite pastors, they're saying now that they should execute the law of Deuteronomy 21 with a rebellious 21 with a rebellious son. They want to execute, pretty much execute the YN, specifically targeting Jake. You know what I mean? But you got that talking point from us, man. That's right. We've been said that. We've been said get rid of the rebellious niggas of our people, man. But now you're trying to be the beacon of righteousness as if you just came up with that. As if I thought the Old Testament was done away with. You want to pick and choose what's canon, what's not, or what you just want to pick and choose the scriptures that fit you and your Edomite supremacy, right? You see what I'm saying? You're not actually you don't actually believe in the true scriptures, man. You don't believe in the testimony of Yahushua, man. You know? We can get that in Psalms 50, 16. You know, because you have it? Okay, con. Yeah, oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. You know?
Alright, con.
Yeah, let's get that.
This is Psalm 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, Yahweh saith, what hast thou to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah. Who are you to be the beacon of righteousness now, man? When all you've been doing is wickedness, man. And all you've shown is wickedness. And you have a problem with these YNs and all these things, but you created them, man. They're a product of your environment. Yeah. You know? Jake said, I'm a product of my environment. You're a product of Esau's environment, man. You know? You're not a product of, you don't have no environment, Jake. This is Esau's environment. Okay? This is his creation. Anything. Okay, the ghettos or whatever, the suburbs. That's all. Esau created all these ways of living, so to speak. Right? For you to go to the park, man. Esau owns this goddamn park. You know, he allow you niggas to come to the park, but he can just say, you know, no niggas at the park. There was a time where no niggas couldn't go to the park. The Edomite park. You know, yeah.
Or the fountain.
Yeah, the fountain. You know, now you can use the same fountain as this. Why would you want to use the same fountain as this hypocrite degenerate? Right?
Seeing thou hast hated instruction, and cast up my word behind thee, when thou sawest the thief, and then considerest with him, and hast been partaken with adulterers.
That's right. You throw away, you know, like I said, you pick and choose the words of the Lord, okay? And you don't actually adhere to what the Lord wants, man. You don't adhere to the Bible in its entirety, man. Brothers here can say, when we came into this truth, it made us a better person. But we actually tried to be better people by keeping the laws to the best of our ability, man. That improved our life tenfold, man. see what I'm saying? You don't even implement a tenth of that, man. You know? Go ahead.
Yep. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
That's right. That's exactly what it was. When you saw that interview with the pastor or whatever, the Edomite pastor, talking as if it was just witchcraft, man. It was like, everybody's on this podcast thing now, right? And he's speaking like he's the expert, and I believe that. Get rid of that, get rid of this and do that, life would be better. Blah, blah, blah. It's all under your hand, Anyway, you profit off of Jake going to prison and living that culture, man. It's big business. All of a sudden, you have a problem with it,
Is this the same pastor that making Jake the face of crime?
I think so.
Paul, he was standing behind the pulpit, kind of.
No, he's not bald. He's bald?
No, tall.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
He has a beard?
He has a beard.
Oh, Khan, yeah. It's the same guy.
Yeah. I don't know his name or whatever, but
he pretty much all his talking point was towards Jake.
Yeah.
I saw that video. Yeah, I saw that video. Not knowing that because of them, they're the reason why Jake is acting like that.
Right.
They put guns in our neighborhoods.
Right.
And drugs, and it's the byproduct.
Yeah, that's it. Now, you had a hand in our downfall and our destruction. You can't be innocent to the facts. But they want to negate those facts. They don't want to, they're just inherently wicked, these blacks.
Yep.
They're just niggers,
They seem to forget that the Lord gave us over into their hand.
Right.
But to a cruel Lord, and this is the byproduct of us being amongst you Edomites. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Yeah, man, because, technically, you are our brother, so to speak, man. The Lord divided the nation, we know that, right? But even when we wanted to pass through the land in Genesis, right, you blocked it off for us, man. You were giving us hell. Amalek, when he slayed us, right? We have to remember that, man. It's a lot. Yeah.
That's right.
So look, we have to remember the transgressions you did to our people, man. That's why we're here calling you devils out, man. You're not gonna get away scratch free, and that's why they want to shut down the internet, man. They want to act as if they had no part in our downfall, man. When you were the one always there. We're not.
You were the sword.
Yeah, you were the sword, man. There was a time, the scriptures talk about it, man, in Ezekiel 35, man. Let's get that quick. Yeah.
Let me get James, John 8 and 44 also. It says here, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. And this is for two-thirds of our people, the same YNs that you created. They're a byproduct of Esau, man. Right? Because before Esau came over here, what was he doing? He was murdering his own. Right? He was the thugs, man. Right? And now that same spirit is on Jake. Now the same thing that they did, Jake is doing. Right? Jake is pretty much hurting their brothers. Jake is murdering his own. Right? So it says here, he was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
That's right, man. You are the father of lies, man. That's why you can lie so quick, man. You ever the devil say some slick shit and you catch him and you page him and you press him, and then he switches. No, I can say that. No, I can say that. He lies effortlessly, man. He's a pathological liar, right? He just lies words. Yeah.
It's like I can't get away from them. Maybe you guys should write about holistic or something.
Silver and gold. How about
That's a demon. Yeah, damn right, you can't get away from us. Alright, we're everywhere. We're the sound of the sea.
What did you say?
She was over there listening to the brothers, but I guess she was a demon. We found out she's a demon. She just said, it seems like I can't get away from them. That's what she just said. You know what I mean? She's probably getting hit by a car. And she's going to purposely walk by those brothers and say, I can't get it's like I can't get away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that the demon being purged.
Yeah. Yeah. If you saw that cretin,
Yeah, he's the scripture says about his tongue, man. This man doesn't speak one truth. Even when he speaks the truth, he's lying. Because he'll give you the truth and still lie while he's telling you the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He gives
This is
half
what we're dealing
truths.
with, man. The English language is a lie.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's what we're living over there. That kind of figure. Yeah.
The pride. The pride of these people, man. The bitch that was talking shit, she lives in a tent right here, not too far from you, man.
Could be a gypsy.
Probably, but you know. But I mean, our people are wicked though.
Yeah, it's true. So
The Israelites, yeah, it's wicked, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's pride though. I think he's poor, talking shit, man.
Homeless.
Yeah, homeless, not poor, homeless. Poor and homeless are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, grab that quick.
25, verse 5 says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, and then forced on the sword in the time of the calamity, in the time that the iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord, how much you shine.
Right, man. Our iniquity had an end, man, but they forced it, man. They kept going. They kept the foot on our necks, man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't stop. They didn't say, all right, you know what, let's restore them. They never said that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6, therefore, as I live, says the Lord, how much you shine power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood. Even blood shall pursue thee.
That's right. Grab this quick. Isaiah 42 and 22. And it says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it. For a spoil, and none saith restore. Right? They don't want to restore us. They don't want to give us our what they call it, reparations, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to, when you let your servant or slave go, you're supposed to leave them with something, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to give them what do you call it? Severance, right?
They promised us that they can mule.
Yeah. Right. 40 acres in the mule. Yeah, 40 acres in the mule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jake didn't even get that, man.
No, not even stupid.
You know?
Because them saying that was them trying to be righteous and follow the laws.
Right.
But they couldn't even do that. You know what I'm saying? The 40 acres of the mule is pretty much them reading the scriptures knowing that when you let a servant go, it's supposed to compensate. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Houses. It's like when slavery ended, they came up with a piece of complex. It's like when you get arrested, you lose all your rights. You come up here again.
Yeah.
That's a point of affliction. Yeah, like people that want to the jail system where they can never get out. They had them like on the never.
Yeah.
Don't get paid. Alright. That's not in the system.
And if you think what the brother is saying is a lie, you can go on YouTube and type in slavery by another name documentary, and it shows you that Jake was even getting put in jail by spitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Jaywalking.
Yeah. They thing
Right,
called
you know what I'm
loitering. No loitering.
Yeah, fine.
Those
And
are
they're
all,
still using it now.
Yeah.
That's because of Jake.
Yeah, those are all for Jake, man.
Right.
Any stupid little thing, you know, that they can use to put Jake in prison.
Yeah. Why do you think jaywalking is a law?
Yeah.
Even up to this day. Right?
You know, it's common sense. There's no cars, you can freaking cross. You know what I mean?
And Jake wouldn't be in jail for like, they put you in jail for 2 weeks. No. He'll be in jail for years.
Yeah. For years on end for something so little. You know?
I mean, there's a documentary that was on Netflix, and it basically describes what we're saying in regards to Esau was essentially quoted in the amendment. So when you break that, then basically you lose all the rights, as a citizen, right? So now when you get out, you have a harder time trying to actually get a job. top of that, even further legislation with Richard Nixon when he was in power, you know, the whole war on drugs, you know, okay, you might have had a small amount and they punish you. Bill Clinton and his wife, you know, when they were in office during like the early 1990s, what they began to do was they came up with 3 strikes law.
Right.
So when they did those, the proposal of different legislations, they began to punish our people and the prison population began to double, right? And after that, it was just a business at this point. It's not about actually upholding the laws of Heavenly Father. This is more about just keeping you Israelites in jail and oppressing you and actually not actually giving you what you need, right? He's not somebody that actually opposed to it, right?
Right. And I was gonna say, like most of the I was watching this documentary also about some of the Black Panther guys that was in jail. There was a prison break over, I think, Folsom Prison in the 1970s, where this Jake, he got shot in the head, but he was trying to escape because he was tired of Esau's bullshit. He went to jail for 1 year, and Esau gave him 1 year to life. So you can spend 1 year, or you can spend life. It doesn't matter. Esau will keep you in there. So he was in there for 7 years already. He's like, I'm in here on a petty crime.
Right.
1 year, but then I'm in here 1 year to life. You know what I'm saying? So he got tired of each other and escaped. Esau shot him dead. You know? That's all the
Jail
curse
is
is,
wicked.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had to, you know, he was on a petty crime, but he had to pretty much be a demon in order to survive in there. He kept getting charges while he's in jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a wicked place. Esau, you have to pay for that. That prison industrial system, you gotta pay for that.
That's right.
Okay? Having our people locked without credit for animals and shit. Walking out their side streets. You know what I mean?
Turn them into homosexuals.
Yeah. Exactly. Fuck, man.
Put them in a situation, say, oh, they're always like this. That's why they're doing it. That's not true. That's like throwing a man in the jungle full of lions, tigers, and jaguars and panthers, and then giving them a knife and saying, okay, you have to survive.
Yeah.
Well, it's either I'm gonna die, so I'm about to kill these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Or I die.
That's it. Survival.
Yeah.
You got Zechariah? Go ahead. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
That's right, man. They don't make account for our labors, all the hard work that we put in. They don't give us no credit. Well, we don't, this is our punishment, but it's the facts though. They say they take all the credit. You know what I mean? They hear about a so-called black person getting shot, they don't care. You know what I mean? And it doesn't really affect them. They're only trying to now make it affect them by saying, oh, blacks are so violent, we gotta do something about it. The only time they give a fuck when Jake is doing wickedness is if they're doing it in Edomite neighborhood. If there's a shooting in a downtown core where Edomites are, prominent Edomites are, they're definitely they're investigating that. But if you're doing your little nigga shootouts here and there, wherever, they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, nigga dead.
And that goes back to your main topic at hand, where that preacher, that pastor guy, was talking shit as if they're not the main reason why Jake is like this.
Yeah.
They wanted to implement Deuteronomy 21.
Yes.
But they don't. So now you want to uphold the laws of the Lord, but for everything else, you don't want to uphold the laws.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then we stone him.
Yeah.
You're being stoned too.
This whole kingdom needs to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So this is against the Heavenly Father's laws, man. This whole place needs to go. Don't stop at the YNs. You're gonna start at the fucking top, man.
That's right.
Because the way that the bottom is, because the top is like that.
Exactly.
You know?
I got something.
Bring it out.
This is Isaiah 24:4, and it says, "The earth mourned and faded away. The world languishes and faded away. The haunted people of the earth do languish. The earth is also defiled by the inhabitants thereof.
That's right.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant." Because these people who are in power at the moment, they don't actually uphold the ways of the Heavenly Father. And this is why the earth is in the condition that it's in. Right? And our people are wicked, yes, but Esau creates the conditions for our people to be wicked. Right? A good example is the rap industry. Because we don't actually own any of these resources, right? But they perpetuate that vibration of our people killing each other and our people's, the men sleeping with the other men's women, right? And then that you create those conditions. Why not fund positive or so-called consciousness? But they don't want to do that because they know that when they put on that wicked vibration, it makes them more money. It's always back to money. It's not about school. It's always about money.
Everybody gets paid. The music, the Jews get paid. The bullets, the coffins, right? The funerals,
The prisons.
the prisons.
The police. Right? And the funding. And that's all Edomite industry, man. So Esau talking all this shit. Esau, you got rich off of us, man.
That's right. And they're poor at money management.
Right.
Because they get paid from all those colonies in Africa too, and they still grow.
Yeah. How the fuck? Yeah. Look at France. France is a piece of shit.
France been getting paid from Mali and all those places
Yeah.
for years, decades.
Yeah.
And they still grow.
Yeah.
That's why I've been saying Esau's not smart. They're not. He says he's wise. He says wise and wicked. That's all it is. He's not actually intelligent. He has a sword, so he uses his sword for any type of instrument to kill people, right? Threaten you, and that's what he does, and that's how he gets everything. Right?
He's really bad at money.
Yeah.
Money management.
That guy?
Always talk about the money. Doesn't like you. You have bad money management.
That's right.
You get natural resources. You get the fucking gold. You get the bauxite. You get the oil, and you're still fucking broke. You're a loser, man.
Yeah.
You're a loser.
Exodus 21 and 16 says that he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hands, he shall surely be put to death. So that's you, Suave, whatever his name is. Right, Suave. That's an agent name, man. That's not his real name. Ain't no fucking way. Yeah. That's an agent name. That's not his real name. You're not no Edomite. You're not no Suave about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here.
And they never used to preach like that too.
Right.
Since we started preaching with authority, now
Yeah.
you Edomites talking about your preaching with authority. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Yeah. They're the losers, man.
Got a script? Ecclesiasticus 10 and 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of a man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that go therein.
So you're the reason why Jake is the way they are, right? Black woman, right? You did all these things. Drug, crack in the 80s, right? Promote prostitution amongst our women, all type of shit, right? You know? Pimping amongst the men, drug dealing, murder, robberies, stick up kids. That's all you're doing, right? Then you impoverish the nation. What the fuck else you think they're gonna do, right? They want to have good stuff too, so to speak. You're not paying livable wages, redlining. You're only saying, oh, live here while we get here. Right? You're guilty of that, right? You have a part to play in our downfall, right? Okay? You're not gonna get away scotch free, right? The Lord is seeing all this, right? Okay?
That's what you're saying. No, that's how you know we just want to prosper, because we had things like Rosewood, Black Wall Street.
What did you do?
We burned it down. They're actually awesome. They weren't doing crime. They're doing the right thing.
Right.
What did you do? You burned it down.
Even better yet, linear. Brothers heard
Yeah,
about that?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Flood them out, man.
Yeah.
Massacre.
Yeah, you would flood out Jake communities, man. You know what I mean? That's wicked. I don't think of that shit. Drown Jake out. That's wicked, man.
That's how you know his narrative is bullshit about them doing crime and doing this. Because they weren't doing those things. Why did you kill them? What happened there?
Exactly.
They were doing the right thing. They were fighting on their own. They weren't bothering you guys. You went your way. Go kill them, burn them, cover it up with a lake, right? And then don't even tell them to cover up the documents, right? Like we're just breaking people. We just want to be wicked. We're the criminals. They're super predators.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why the scripture tell you the earth shall help the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All those bodies that you buried, they're gonna come up, man. Right? and those are just like the ones that they found out about. Because there are more communities and cities that they destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake had to run for his life. You know, from the south, the Midwest, you know.
A lot
wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as America, but they're still doing shit there too.
Oh, God.
A lot of American candidates.
Yeah.
There's Deuteronomy 24:14, and it says, "Thou shalt not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or thy strangers that are in the land within thy gates. At his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and set his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee." Right, so there's a certain type of way how you're supposed to actually treat people and your servants. And Esau doesn't in this society, for example, you know, a lot of us we get paid like every 2 weeks or every week or whatever. You know, you're supposed to be paid your servants the same day, at day of. You're not so you're somebody who has a lot of riches, but you don't have the wisdom of how to actually conduct yourself with those riches. And the scriptures say riches are not comely for a nigger because you hoard everything to yourself and you don't know how to properly use it. So this is why, you know, the earth really needs management, because now you have a bunch of riches to sit there and collect dust. What is the point of that? It's meant to be used, right?
Yeah, the gold, all in the reserves and all that. You know?
Yeah.
That's well dealt, right?
So those gold that can be easily put to use. You can make spoons.
Yeah.
You can make, you know, the streets.
Yeah.
Our streets can be paved with gold.
Yeah.
All that gold. You can do so many things, man. That's the reason why we have to teach our as well.
Yeah.
Teach you fucking how to rule.
Yeah, exactly. And
And so that
It's health problems.
yeah.
That's how you know. That's what Esau's not healthy. I don't think
The woman would put like gold flakes
That's
in,
right.
like, in your hair and on your skin,
And sometimes
whatever.
I want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, why not?
I want to do it sometime,
Yeah.
man. Now, let me get some gold flakes.
Yeah,
next week.
yeah,
God willing.
yeah. You know what I mean? Fuck it, man.
Let me get some gold flakes.
There's a
next week.
vibration that comes with that, man. Better.
That's right. You got the silver, I think it's colloidal silver. That's how you pronounce it? Colloidal. There you go.
Yeah,
Colloidal silver, colloidal gold.
Yeah.
Right? You consume that, and it like it cleans up the body and other stuff.
It's so crazy because I just made a video about copper. So I was asking his brother about to make me a copper. Right. But back in the 1800s and stuff like that, America, they used to use copper to put the water in, the charge in the water, and all that stuff, right? Now Esau kicked all that shit out. Now it's get testosterone and all that stuff, man. So I'm actually getting a lot of copper stuff right now. Put my water in, copper bottle, drink my water. You know what I'm saying? Brass. Bring that shit back, man.
Right.
You know?
All those things, all those things have health benefits.
All of them.
But you know, the society, so, and on top of that, you know who's ruling because other people are so dumbed down.
That's
because
right.
of that. You don't understand the importance of knowing the metals because they're not detected on the inside.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
But we know about these things, and Drake does these things because you know we're the people and we're detected on the inside, so we know, and that shows and manifests on the inside.
That's right.
Esau is not detected on the inside because the scriptures say that the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
That's right. That's right. The main point is at 15. So Zechariah 1 and 14. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy.
And because we're the apple of the Most High's eye, right?
That's right.
He cares for his people, man. He actually wants us to be doing well, man. That's his will. That's his plan. Ultimately. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And to see all these nations get one up on us, man, it's paining him to see that right now,
right.
man. It's hurting him. That we're in this low destitute state that, yeah, this is my people. And like, I chose you guys to represent me. Look at the condition we're in, man. It's hurting him, man. He's jealous right now. Right? The Lord is a jealous power, man.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And then they fighting everybody beats him. He's like, nah, man, I know he's better than this, man. I know he's my son, he's my son.
Like, for example, Augustus, his name was Augustus, but he was a boxer. He fought Mayweather, the drunken master. Like, he lost to everyone, but everyone says he's one of the best boxers they've ever fought. Right, so it's the same thing. The junkie master, you fuck around in the ring all the time, man. Yeah, like.
And Jake is crazy because that's actually a fighting style.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go to a teacher and he'll teach you how to
Yeah.
fight like that. That's bugged out, man.
Maybe they knew that the Most High was just with them. That's why
God.
they beat him.
Yeah.
So they really shouldn't have beat him.
And they paid him a lot to, they pretty much cheated him too.
Oh,
Because they looked at him like a joke.
yeah.
Man's skills is top notch, but he just fights, have fun and shit. So they're like, this guy's not serious. Let's just rob him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, main point. And I am very so displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
So that's right. Yeah. That's right. He continued our affliction. He forwarded it. Okay. Put it on display, right? He mocked us. Okay.
That's right.
He pretty much threw hella stones and you hide it in your hand as if you didn't do it, right? That's why I don't listen to anything the devil says, man. God, black fatigue and all this crap, man. I got white fatigue.
That's right.
Okay? You're a real black person anyway, but you're not white. You know what I mean? I'm tired of you devil. I'm tired of you Edomites. I'm tired of your life. I'm tired of turning the news on and hearing you Edomites spew out bullshit.
Yeah.
You can. Pretty much like we talk about like the whole thing like talking about years ago.
Yeah.
God, that shit pisses me off,
Yeah.
man.
Some British Edomite, you're hearing the documentary, and just because he has a voice, that's quote unquote,
Man,
speaks
we're
well.
about trillions of years.
Yeah.
What are you talking about right now?
And you believe that bullshit just because the way he's speaking, he's an Edomite. He's a crafty devil, man.
You have all these, people why we're talking about, you have all these health things talking about like, they need a white man on the television to tell them who these things for them. If he doesn't say it, they're not going to do it. That's right. A man that looks just like him actually cares about it. It's like, no, they actually have the proof because they're healthy. That's still not enough for you to go do it.
And we sit with our parents.
That's what I'm talking about. Parents,
Yeah,
parents.
Sit with our parents. Like for example, a couple years ago, even before my dad was diagnosed with diabetes or whatever, I saw the shit he was eating. This was 12, 13 years ago. I'm like, yo, you gotta change your diet, man. Because I just saw how he was, he was about to spiral into that shit. 10 years later, he went to the doctor after talking about his diabetes, so he came back to me. I'm like, you have to go to fucking ESOP. He's gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna tell you this is how you should eat. The same thing I was told you years ago.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for my father, I'm keep it right there.
And that goes into the stubbornness and disobedience of our people.
Yeah.
They don't listen. He says they're stiff-necked, right? They're hard-headed.
That's right.
Right? They're rebellious, disobedient, right? You can't do anything with that. All you can do is tell you, but like it's like that's why most times like it's get to a certain point where he's like, I'm done talking. Now it's just for a straight judgment.
Just death.
Yeah. And your reward for your judgment is death. That's it, because you weren't listening, you weren't turning back. Yes, Esau was doing his thing, but Esau is perfect. He's perfectly being
That's
wicked.
right.
You're the one who's malfunctioning.
That's right. You're supposed to be righteous and you do the opposite.
Exactly. So he's like, I'm not dealing with Esau right now. He has his time. Don't worry about him. I'm talking about you. I tell you to turn around. You're not fucking doing it. You're worried about you're talking about Esau's doing his. Esau, yes, he is doing that. But what did I tell you to do? I don't give a fuck about Esau. You're my chosen.
That's right.
You're my firstborn. Why are you concerned about the fucking guy that's gonna die anyway? Right?
The wicked.
The wicked.
The wicked's gonna be judged.
He's gonna get his and roll out
run.
loving. Oh, he's gonna get his.
So Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Right. Because he's covered the face of the judges. Now we're trying to tell our people, get right. Exactly. Don't do this. They don't want to listen to us. They want to listen to him.
Right.
But we're the true judges, man. We're the true rulers, kings. All right? All of these things, man. But because he's stripped, he's pretty much, what's that word, man? He's defamed, defamation of character. Yeah. All right? So to where they look down on the so-called black man.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You saw that brother in England, Lancelot, he's trying to like claim back lineage of King Charles. But the fact of the matter is, the rest of the people are looking at him like he's a bug out because they can't picture Jake.
Right.
Ownership too.
Okay, yeah.
They can't really. They can like, yo, you're a fucking nigga, get out of here.
Yeah.
He's putting up proof and all that stuff.
He's not bugged out,
Yeah.
but he's bugged out in the sense of right now it's not your time.
Can't rule again.
It's not
You
our
can't do
time.
that right now.
And, yeah, it's not. Yeah,
It's not from that lineage.
yeah. Esau's world, man. Just let them have it right now, man.
Yep.
Claim your true inheritance, which is being a Hebrew Israelite, man.
That's right.
But that's who we are, man. We're not black. We're not Latino. We're not Native American.
That's right.
Okay, we're not anything the devils want to call us, man. We're not, okay?
My words.
We're not bywords, man.
Yep.
Okay? And you devils hate that, man. The fact that we're not going by what you're telling us that we are, man.
Yeah. I think sometimes you get away with prophecy, right? Those scriptures say like, oh, wait, no, my love, please wake up. You put in front of this like much prophecy. It's well, like, you know, you understand that, you know, that's love to us. Ultimately, you never really how I shine. That's right. Hawashai's come from His glory before you get our glory. There's no way you're going to get glory before Hawashai us.
That's right. And that's what he wants. He wants that. He wants the whole thing back from the dark ages. We were, listen, yes, we were ruling, but we weren't right in the dark ages. Right. You can't go back under King Charles and those men. They were great men, but they weren't righteous men. You know what I'm saying?
This is Sirach 13, verse 22 in the GNT that says, when someone rich makes a mistake, there are many people to cover for him and explain away all the things he never should have said.
The rich in Israel, the Edomites, right?
That's right.
They're the rich man. They get anything. They have PR, right? They have they have teleprompters. People that tell them what to say, you know, to make sure that they don't fuck up.
That's right.
You know, or if they do fuck up, they clean it up quick, man.
Clean up on our nine.
What a cover story.
Look at Joe Biden. Yeah. He's the ultimate cover-upper because remember in the 80s and 90s what he was saying about Jake?
Yeah.
Right? He was talking about I wouldn't let my children go to school with these animals. Being blatant racist.
Yeah.
This motherfucker came back a couple of years ago. Now he's all like nice and shit.
Yeah. and Jake voted for that.
Yeah, kind.
And then you show Jake the old clips of Biden, and they're like, no. It just goes over their head, man.
Yeah.
He just love Esau, man.
That's right.
Even with that Biden, that's a rabbit hole. You really dive into things. Even the Biden that we saw wasn't the real Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go in a rabbit hole. That's why I'm not gonna go there. You know, but a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And this shows Esau wicked Esau. There's so much trickery and deception and lies and wickedness that we can talk all day about this guy.
Yeah.
We can talk all day. But the point you're saying is still the point. That's what happened. And the same thing with Trump.
Well,
Same
look,
thing.
and even his son, Hunter Biden, he had all whatever.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
On his stop with strippers, you know?
Hey, it's kingdom.
Yeah.
Live it
All
up.
the pedophile shit on his laptop.
And see, the funny thing with that, the whole joke with that one, they created their own problem by deeming that what it is. Because realistically, we know, I'm not going to say out loud, but I'm not going on, but realistically we know that at a certain age, there's nothing wrong with that, according to the laws, right? Like over here, you should say the same thing. No. That's the age gap.
Right,
At a certain age, when a woman is...
Well, that's the thing. But that's the thing, though. These guys were not dealing with, you know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm talking about. I get what
whatever
you're
they're
doing
doing.
younger,
Yeah.
Some
You know what I'm
fucked up
saying?
shit.
So, fuck these guys. Yeah. Weird shit. Yeah. These devils do weird shit.
But even if you did that, they would still look at you and call you that.
Yeah.
If you had a woman that age, like, well, this guy's something wrong with this guy. But according to the law, that's what was happening back then.
And we saw that I posted this a couple of days ago.
It was normal.
With the Somalians. See that one? When the Somalians are crying, the dads are crying because now in Somalia, you have to, the girl has to be 18.
Oh, they were crying?
Yeah, now the ham is crying, saying, hey, yo, this is not right.
Yeah.
This is our laws from day one.
Yeah,
How the fuck you guys changing this? Because, you know, the West putting their nose in people's businesses again. And telling them, oh, this is child bride and all that stuff, right? We're not condoning that, by the way, but we're just saying,
This is the law.
right? There you go.
This is the law.
If I may add, also, even the Ashanti used to do that back in the day, too. We used to have a celebration for the woman. She had her first,
First menstrual.
right.
Flower over age.
Exactly. It was a celebration. Okay, now she can be prepped to be given off to a man. You know, a man that has some substance. You know, sitting down with this different anyway.
Yeah.
Well, even on the flip side, when our women were in captivity, slavery,
Yeah.
a woman when they find out the adult woman, when she find out the younger woman become a woman, they'll have to hide her.
They show it in Game of Thrones too.
They hide her thing because they didn't want the slave master to either rape her or give her or sell her, you know, or put her in the breeding farm.
Yeah,
Right?
the breeding farm. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's only so long you can hide that too.
Exactly.
Back there.
Right. You know? So they were trying to, but like everything starts growing and
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they
He's still gonna check
yeah.
himself too.
Yeah. You know, it's,
Check.
it's his slave, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Right. This man will put people in jail for that, but in here we do not get
Exactly. Right.
Fucking
Exactly.
hypocrites. That's the point.
Yeah. And it says, continuing on in verse 22, Sirach 13 in the GNT, but let someone poor make a mistake, and he gets nothing but criticism. If what he says makes good sense, no one will listen. When a rich person speaks,
Yeah, just like us right now, when we're speaking, nobody want to listen, you know, but we don't care. Right? We're prophesying unto the wind. You know what I mean? And we're casting a line, a fishing line, and we're fishers of men. And we don't want crayfish, we don't want lobster, we don't want crabs, okay? We want righteous fish, so to speak. You know what I mean? Fish, you know what I mean? Meat for repentance, that's right. You know, that's a savory smoke unto the Heavenly Father. You know what I mean? That's what we want, man. Right?
and it says, when a rich person speaks, everyone is silent, and they praise him to disguise what he says. But let a poor person speak, and everybody says, who is that? They push him down if he so much as stumbles.
That happened 5 years ago. 5 years ago, every man had the experience where, the little contagion or sickness that came on the planet, right? We were telling people, don't stay away from this bullshit, don't take the syringe, don't take it, right? Telling your family, telling them because you care about them, they're looking at you, who are you? You're not a doctor, you don't have an M. Who are you telling them? It's TV telling you to take it. The TV telling you. Yeah. And then what happened? The same information came up maybe like 3-4 years ago that was bullshit. That was actually we're talking about was actually Indian people died, dropped dead, heart attacks,
Athletes dying.
Yeah.
So the athletes dying.
Athletes.
Yeah.
In span of 1 year, they said it was like 1,000 and 1,100 athletes died. Or 1,500, sorry, had heart attacks and 1,100 died.
Yeah, and so careers ended, right?
Yeah.
Money dry up, right? That's how you know this place is going down, man. You know, the entertainment of this world, all that shit, athletes, fuck you guys. It's done, right?
Now we found out you gotta play by a script the whole fucking time.
Yep.
With a script.
Yep.
That was it.
You have
Yeah, why something like how to talk about like the medal, like the bronze, and the copper,
okay.
right? Yeah, so we also consider a lot. I can't. Come to talk about we're going to that too. So we're going to get this. This is book of First Kings 7 verse 38. I'm reading the AMP. It says, then he made 10 basins of bronze. Each basin held 40 baths and was 4 cubits. And there was one basin on each of the 10 stands. Then he placed the basins, 5 on the right or south side of the house and 5 on the left or north side. It's good like when someone was actually in the temple, he had like all these workers that came in, like they were experts in certain things. Some of them were experts in that, work, experts in that, woodworking. They all come together like this, and some of each other comes together, and it was done. And guess what? All them together, there's no plastic. It's all metal or wood.
Yeah.
It says, on the set of the sea of gas metal on the right side of the house toward the southeast. Now Hiram made the basins of the shovels and the bowls. So Hiram finished all the work which he did for Solomon in the house of the Lord Yahweh. The 2 pillars and the 2 bowls of capitals which were on the top of the pillars, the 2 pillars and the 2 networks of cover and the bowls of the capitals which were on the top of the pillars, and the 400 pomegranates, the 2 networks for 2 rows of pomegranates for each network to cover the 2 bowls. The capitals that were on the top of the pillars. It says that the 10 stands, the 10 basins, the stands, 1 sea basin, the 12 oxen under the sea, the pails, the shovels, and the bowls, all these utensils which Hiram made for Solomon in the house of the Lord were of polished bronze. So utensils, the forks, the knives, the spoons, okay, the plates, the metal bronze. There was no like plastic or the plastic. Okay, like what else it called? No, the other stuff. Everything else.
Forever chemicals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's none of that, man. Yeah. And it says, the plate of, it says, the pails, the shovels, and the bowls, all these utensils which Hiram made for King Solomon in the house of the Lord Yahweh were of polished bronze.
That's right.
Yeah,
Because our body has all these elements in it, and it needs to be charged up.
Yeah.
That's what these elements, these are bronze and copper, gold, silver, charged up.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know, it's what we're eating now and drinking is dead water.
Yeah.
Right, and the plastic goes into your body. If then you take a scrape of the, of the spoon or whatever, plastic shit goes into your body. You drink water, you're drinking plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Even like you have like like you put these like minutes in the water, right?
Yeah.
Vegetable dust keep the well.
God.
It also goes back to you. It's not
right.
like for like for like
Making a wish.
making a wish.
Yeah, God.
It's supposed to like keep the water in the well.
Right.
It used to happen in malls. You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I used to throw it.
Yeah, because the pennies are gone now.
Yeah.
Well,
They're gone, and before they were gone, they stopped making them out of copper too. They were making it, or they had less copper in it than than they did, because they knew. Esau knows, man. These metals they're gonna go up in price, but not the way Esau wants it, but they are gonna go up in price, man. And like I said, they are undervalued.
Because all these people know fucking plastic.
Yeah.
He doesn't want everyone going and buying it, so he wants him to make everyone think that, oh,
It's not valued.
gold is the only thing. That's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
high.
yeah.
Right. Gold you can only do is just money. There's nothing else you can use gold for. Right. There's a lot of things you use gold for. So just keep that information to himself.
Yeah.
He's a hoarder of wisdom.
Right? It's a order.
Gremlin.
It says two verses I told you. It says in the place of the Jordan River, the king cast them. The clay run between Succoth and Zarethan. Solomon left all the utensils unweighed because there were so many. The weight of the bronze could not be determined. It says Solomon made all the other furniture which was in the house of the Lord with incense, a lot of gold, the tables.
That's what you call abundance. They didn't even know how much they had, man. So they just made it. They just said, whatever, let's just do it. Jake wasn't holding back on the resources they had, man. That's why I said wealth is loud, man. It's not supposed to be quiet. It is a wicked world. It is if you want to be safe, but that's because Esau set up a wicked world, man.
That's right.
In a righteous world, you can show off your wealth, man.
That's right.
Okay, and that's what the Israelites are going to do. That's a pursuit.
That's what Jake does.
That's what Jake does, man. Esau ought to be boring with his money. That's on you, man. Okay?
Boys wasn't born with their involved.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. He's going to show them up. Those are his precious jewels. He's working on them, putting them in the furnace, molding them, purging them, getting all the refinements out. Right? When he finds out, I'm going to show these guys up.
That's a beautiful example.
Yeah. Beautiful example. Now we represent the Lord. That's right. He's damn right. He's going to beautify his men. It's elect.
Roll the pulpit.
It says Solomon made all the other furniture which was in the house of the Lord Yahweh, the incense altar of gold, the table of gold, on which was the bread of the presence, the lampstand of pure gold, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left, in front of the Holy of Holies, in the sanctuary, with the flowers, the lamps, and the tongues of gold, the cups, the snuffers, bowls, spoons, fire pans of pure gold, on the hinges of gold. The hinges, man.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Esau in this world, he'll replicate the door hinge. Some fake gold, some fake gold, some plastic gold. What the bullshit is that, man?
It's not pure gold at all. A lot of you jewelers, like a lot of you women see, it's not even pure. It's like gold filled, which is like basically just a small snipper of gold, and then beneath it is probably like a cheap, like a more inferior metal, right? So Esau, he's hoarding a lot of this resources to himself, right?
That's right. So it's gold-plated.
Yeah, gold plated. That's what it is.
Or even just scraping.
Oh yeah. That should get to your system.
Yeah.
says, so the cups, the snuffers, the bowls, the spoons, the grandparents, the pure gold.
Like, I don't, you guys remember them big treasure, like not treasure chests, but like the drawers and dressers and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that. They had like gold, yeah, they were heavy, like good wood.
Handles.
Even back then, they put gold in that, man. And for the handles and stuff like that, man.
Yeah. They were
No?
expensive, rightfully so.
You know?
It says, for the doors of the inner house, the holy of holies, and the doors of the house, the main room, the holy place. It says all the work that Solomon did on the house of the Lord Yahweh is completed.
That's a vibration in itself, man. You just wake up, you're just existing in around these elements, man. That's, you know what that's doing to you, man? Yeah. You know what I mean? But this, you know, for the devil, you put concrete everywhere, and you know, that's supposed to be the pinnacle, you know? Stainless steel fridge, and, you know? And all that shit. Like,
There's no value having a stainless steel.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Yeah.
You know? Like that's what's appealing to the eye in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks like, but it's not nice. Like we're just in this world. You know what I mean? To think, I don't want the white matte white fridge. I want the stainless steel one or whatever. You know? But it's all bullshit, man. And Esau's such a devil that, you know, the older fridges from back in the day, they work better than the ones now, man.
The one that Jake made.
Yeah, the one that Jake made, man. Not LG and the bullshitters. And who's Samsung, man? But it's called planned obsolescence, where the shit will crash out on you in like 3 years. Yeah, you have to get it fixed or replaced. That's a lot of technology in this world, man. iPhones, anything, man. Things are supposed to be built to last, man. You think in our kingdom, we're building things to last, man. But we're gonna last. You know what I'm saying? So we need everything that we get to last, man. And we're still gonna be creating new things, man. Everything we create is gonna last. Okay?
Fucking Rolex and all that bullshit.
Yeah. Trash. Bullshit. I don't even see the hype behind it, man. Honestly. Esau puts hype behind bullshit, man. People are spending $1 million on a watch and shit like that. That's bullshit, man. Yeah.
All those Arabs, fucking Jacob the jeweler and all those fucking guys robbing Jake.
Yeah.
Jake going over there getting fake chains.
Yep.
$60,000 for this ring. Like, you can go somewhere else and get real gold. You can buy real gold and make your own ring.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to these fucking losers.
No. But it's all part of the psyop.
Yeah,
They have to do it.
Yeah.
That's how it's a ritual, honestly. Like, they have to go to these gatekeepers, basically these gatekeepers of the jewelry industry, and then have the cameras on them.
Yeah.
And pretty much show the poor Jake.
Yeah.
Oh,
$8,000.
Oh, he made it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's a humiliation ritual.
That's right. All of them do it.
Yeah.
Burna Boy.
Yeah.
Fucking what's the other one?
You gotta go to Icebox. Yeah. You gotta go to all these top, quote unquote, jewelers, man.
And what they get ripped off.
You don't even realize what those guys is that those like especially those diamond jewelry, they just make them in lots.
That's it.
It's not like a lot of them just made a lot, but it doesn't take that much to make it, but they tell you upcharge it 30 times to say it's worth this much.
This nigga will pay for it.
Yeah. As long as it's stamped by Esau, not by Amalek. Right. Yeah,
Big ass chains.
And the game is so kind of messed up that there was this one Jake from Chicago, he was a jeweler. And
I got shot?
Yeah,
Yeah, Ross.
Yeah. That was all set up though, because he was a Jake jeweler.
Yep.
And they didn't want
They
him
had to take him out.
Yeah, they had to take him out because he's bad for business. They didn't want niggas going to him and putting money in his pocket. That was all a setup. That was a sacrifice.
That's right.
In the squad or whatever. It happened and what's it called? Those freaking guys in Houston. What's that guy?
Jake Prince.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
They did that.
They did their head, man.
Jake dirty, man.
Yeah, man. Because it's actually you know, they don't want any and anybody doing it, man.
Did you get the green light?
Exactly. And he was probably using real jewelry too.
That's right.
You're fucking up business, man.
Right.
You know? So that was a whole, you know, come hang with us, whatever. That was a whole setup, or you didn't see it. You know? Forget his name. But whatever.
The Lord wasn't with them.
Exactly. He was a nigga.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
If the Lord's with you, you're gonna sense something's off. It's me just
I
tell you,
don't go
I'm
hang
not
out with these guys. Oh, let's go hang out. What?
Yeah, I don't know you guys. I never came up with you guys. I was just supposed to hang now.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Jake too. When they come into this world, like, or they're in the world and they become famous now, they gotta hang with whoever else is famous. But nigga, you don't know these people. You know what I mean? You never came up with that, but you're supposed to link with them or whatever. You know? No, you don't have to link with them. That's fake, man. You gotta be in the industry. That's industry shit, but like it's bullshit. It's all fake. There's more on that.
That's last verse. It says, Solomon brought all the things which David his father had dedicated, the silver, the gold, the utensils, and put them in the treasures of the Lord's house.
Right now, spiritually, this is the Lord's house, right? Okay? We're the treasure, Lord wills, we're the treasure as well.
That's right.
Okay? That's right. Lord's gonna beautify that, right? He's gonna make that be known.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. They're already separating us from that for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
How many of us do you see here compared to the majority of our people? You're in the millions and billions. There's only 6 men here, 5 men. Over there you got 10 men. 5 men over there, you know what I'm saying? Separation.
Yes, right. Small sanctuary.
Yeah. This is a quick precept. This is Proverbs 4:7, and it says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee, and she shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her." So it's thinking about metals, it's thinking about our people getting, swindled by a lot of these different heathens and so on and so forth. You see, if you desired wisdom, you wouldn't be in a lot of these, you'd be avoiding a lot of these situations in the first place. You wouldn't be hanging out with these people, that have different roles to do. You wouldn't be trying to invest in trying to get all these different jewelry and all that kind of stuff in order to look the part, because you already know that you're decked out on the inside. A lot of our people, they want to look decked out on the inside, on the outside, to compensate for the lack thereof, because they don't have anything of substance on the inside. But realize, when you go into the story of Joseph was decked out on the inside, and then when he was able to break down the Pharaoh's dream, and then the Pharaoh gave him a nice letter, and the Pharaoh gave him a nice jewelry and all that. Same thing with Daniel. Yeah. Same way.
Pray for wisdom. Right?
No, exactly.
The justice. Most actually blessed him with wisdom above all men, and also above that, get them all above. Right? So that's a principal thing. That's the main thing. Once you have that, then everything else comes afterwards. And in terms of scriptures, seeking first the kingdom of heaven, which is wisdom, and all the things that are around you. The wisdom is the main thing. That was not understanding. That's part of everything else.
No, exactly. Be hanging around these people who speak loud, if our people who actually has some sense of wisdom, but they don't prioritize wisdom because it doesn't look appealing. Right. These guys are sackle. You guys are too carnal. Honestly, that works in our favor. That's what the Lord wanted to do. That's right.
More for us?
It's like a safety cloak almost.
Yeah.
It's a
Harry
cloak
Potter
of safety.
invisible cloak. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wanted that. We don't need everybody. We don't want everybody, and we don't need anybody. We're looking for the seers as well. There's people that don't know that they're seers. When they see us, they'll know what's up. This is supposed to get people. The fact that we're not in the flashes of garments.
Just like Yahushua. It's supposed to be Yahushua like. Yeah. We were looked down upon.
Yeah. And he was amongst the people, but he moved over here. That's right. You know what I'm saying? He put duck on the spots. He didn't want to be all up in the sea. He didn't want the praises. Like he would get the praise, but he didn't want the praises.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the balance. True.
He spoke with authority, but there were times when like, did he say to the young master? Hold on, let me just get it real quick. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. Come on.
Says everybody, it's not time for his on cake, and then he bracket the home.
No, not that one.
was it's in Matthew 19, verse 17. And he said unto him, Yahushua speaking, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High Yahweh. But if thou would enter into life, keep the commandments. Right? So he knew, okay, don't praise me, but he knew when to speak with authority. So there was a balance too.
Let me grab this. This is Revelation 2 and 25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. Right? That knowledge, truth, and understanding, right? Okay. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
That's right.
As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers. Even as I received of my Father, I will give him the morning star.
That's
Right?
right.
That pretty much represents anything our heart desires, right? Okay? You know?
Just like how Solomon was.
Yep.
You're gonna receive that first. That's
You know? Yeah, that was let's wrap up.
Real quick, Sirach, most likely, it's Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. It says, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the entity of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. Right? So, so if you don't have that wisdom, you're going to die. The thing is just about money, it's about everything. You're just not going to go into certain situations, certain men in the room, not going in there. So try to backdoor it. Right? Just simple thing as that. You're alive. Oh, I'm not going to eat this food, poison. No, I'm not going to eat that. That's parasites. It's going to actually kill me. I'm alive. Right? Oh, okay, I need money. Okay, somehow you just know how to take something as, like, for example, going to grocery stores that are throwing up the dumpsters, brand new shit, going in there, right, taking it and then reselling it. That's wisdom. Right there. When you didn't have money, and now you have a business. Boom. Just like that. That's why Solomon did the same thing. He had the wisdom, obviously, he knew where to go get the gold and all the resources. Boom. And he became rich. Just like that. Yeah.
The scripture says money is a what?
Yeah, money's
Right? Jake is looking at money like it's power. It's a
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Right? Money has its place. It's
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
I said, it's a defense. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Jake is looking at it like it's an offense. I have money, I'm gonna leave my wallet, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna move to the world. That's not how money's supposed to be used, man. Us, we use this money as defense.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a defense.
And it's pretty much being compared to in the same light as wisdom. You know, they're all defenses, man.
Right.
You know? That's why Jake don't know how to move, because they don't have any fucking wisdom. They have knowledge of this world too, but they don't have that wisdom, man. That's why like the same example we using, that's why the guy got put to death. No wisdom. You know? Backdoor.
Because like to get backdoor, and for that look, you're in backdoor. You had to beat these guys from the beginning and be like, for us, be like, somebody's off about these guys. I'm not hanging out with these guys.
Yeah.
Right away, you didn't have the ability to discern the spirit and say like something's off about these guys. You're like, oh, these guys are cool. Nothing was going off in your head. And if something did go off in your head, you ignored it because you don't have wisdom to even acknowledge or know what that
No
is.
discernment.
How do you get in that situation? How? You get backdoor, that means you trusted demons. You trusted these guys, and there were signs. There's always signs that there's something off about that person. There's always signs. You didn't trust, the scriptures say try the spirits.
That's right.
You didn't try the spirit.
I'm just
Okay, there you go.
That's right.
There you go. You're right. There you go.
I think people just move through the world, not really thinking, serving, right? Being circumspect, watching their surroundings. Everything is all good. Especially, you can't be hanging around, you can't be uninitiated and trying to hang with the initiated of this world.
What are you guys preaching about?
We're here teaching the Bible, telling our people who they truly are, the 12 tribes of Israel.
So is this like about like black people being like the real like Israelis?
No, we're Israelites. We're Israelites. We're not Israelites.
Okay, what is that?
We're the descendants of Jacob in the Bible. There's a man in the Bible, his name is Jacob, his name got turned to Israel.
Yeah.
And the descendants of him, he had 12 sons. That turned out to be the 12 tribes.
Yeah.
All right, they became the Israelites.
Okay.
Okay, the Ite is means descendant of.
Yeah.
It's a suffix, right? So we're the Israelites.
Okay.
All right,
So are you guys Jewish?
no.
Okay. So what's the
Israelites.
difference?
We're the real, you're the fake. That's it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
The brothers break it down to you to we're the descendants of
We're
that
the
man.
descendants of Israel.
Israel.
This is who
Okay,
we are.
because I've heard about this before, but
Right.
I've never had like a explanation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not Jayish. We're not none of that. We're not whatever they say on the TV.
You're
We're the
Israelites.
We're Israelites.
Okay.
And it's not a black faith.
It's not just a black.
It's not a black faith.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, what do you mean by that?
Well, because everyone associates with the color, like, okay, you got guys here with darker skin, so only people with darker skin can be Israelites. That's not how it goes, because you look at the seed, right? The father went everywhere. We went everywhere. We had children, Ukraine, Russia, Chinese, Japanese, you look like everybody.
Yeah.
You could be an Israelite.
Yeah.
And so it's not about a color thing. Like,
Yeah.
majority of the people that you see right now, they look like us. But it doesn't mean that you could become you're an Israelite. We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Right?
basically,
So do you guys follow like the Quran?
No.
that's
That's
the Bible.
The Bible.
The
Okay.
Bible. Yeah. The Bible. That's it.
All right. Okay.
Hosea 1? Fine. Hosea 1 and 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as
All
the
right.
sand of the
Appreciate you guys.
sea,
Have a good day, bro. Take care, bro.
which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass that in that place where it is said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power.
That's right. We're scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We're sands of the sea. And they told us that we're not the Most High's people. But we really are, man. Based off prophecy, based off everything that the curses, we're able to line up, we're able to relate and line up the prophecies and everything that happened to certain people. All right, because this book is only about the Israelites. It's not really about the other nations. The other nations are mentioned based on their interaction with us, but not necessarily for the fact that it's about them. They have their own books and records and relics and whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They have their own history, so to speak. They do. You know what I mean? They know where they go back to. Right? We don't, man. We've been lied to. Our book has been given to everybody on the earth, telling everybody, hey, it's for you. This is for everybody. Jesus loves everybody. God loves everybody. That's that bullshit. That wine that's been pushed onto our people, right? You know what I mean?
That's why I mentioned, because they always sort of bring that narrative that we're black.
Well, he actually never mentioned that.
Well, he
I know
did.
what you mean.
He
He
did.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no.
That's the first thing he said, black people.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's all
okay.
good, it's all
It's
good.
okay. Because that's what the narrative they're told, and that's the narrative they believe. So it's like, no, because we're on camera, so it's like, no, we're not black. You could be an Israelite.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right? It's not about color of skin. Don't get caught up with the way we look. Right? There's Israelites that look like Ukrainian, Russian, Chinese, Japanese.
Byword needs to go.
Right?
Because black back then actually meant fair. Like dark skin meant fair.
Yeah.
Now they switch it. And a dark skin back then meant pale also.
Yeah.
Right? So they switched word, man. They switched the word. Yes, switch the word all the way up, because now you see the word fair, right? Even when you go back to the Viking, the term of the Viking go fair, you automatically think it's these fucking Edomites, man.
Right.
And it's Jake.
Yeah, even because I'm on the Jake, when they say they hear fair,
Yeah.
they think it's a light
David.
skin. Yeah. You know, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's dark skinned men like ourselves, and that was the word fair. That's what it meant, beautiful. You know?
Yeah. And that's just the deception of Esau, when he talks about words and stuff like that. He changes the meaning of words.
That's right.
Right? Over time. That's why you gotta go into the etymology and stuff like that.
And even that is screwing around.
Right, they're fucking with that now too, because they know we use those sources. They know we use the etymology. Right?
Yeah. The word brunette. Brune means brown, and et means girl. It's like, an Eve. Right?
Wow,
Eve
wow,
is a
yeah.
Now they tell you it's a fucking Edomite with brown hair. Like bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, bullshit. Man.
White woman with brown hair.
Yeah.
And amongst other words.
And when you like black, it's like beautiful, right?
Fine.
Black and lovely.
Yeah.
Fine.
Look of Isaiah 11 verse 11. And it reads, And it shall come to pass in that day when the Lord Yahweh
You know,
shall
fuck
shine.
that guy too.
Yeah, it's
Because
on my
we're already,
spirit, yeah.
we're already talking about something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? We're not engaging people that don't come up in the right spirit no more. Right? You didn't come in the right spirit, man. We're talking here, man. Oh, what are you doing there? You know? Nah, man. You fuck off. You get what I'm
So
trying
the
to say?
scripture comes out, he ran away.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? That
Fuck
what
that
you're saying?
guy, man.
That's why it's the spirit, because then most like you told me to tell him that yo, there's nothing about black. So next time you're gonna go in a situation where you mention black again, something's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen because that
come in the right spirit.
that cloak got removed. You can't say you don't understand the whole black term anymore. It's got revealed to you.
Yeah.
So now if you go
And
into
then
that
this
shit
fucking
again,
asshole talking about, oh, you guys read out the Quran?
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Surely see the Bible, yeah.
yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
He didn't know he was marking himself. Let him keep. You're just digging
you're
a deep.
done, man.
You're just digging more. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Edom might always
Got
use
marked.
sarcasm.
Yeah.
Right? Try to act like they're smarter than you.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck that
They're
guy.
fucking with their tone.
Yeah.
It's okay. Right? Don't do that.
He thinks he's looking down on us. Because you just got yourself marked.
You start yourself marked. You don't even know it.
You just entered into the lion's den, bro.
He has no idea.
You don't even know it, man. Keep that mouth shut. When I enter into the house of the Lord, that's right. Keep that foot shut. Whatever, you know what I mean? Let's get that real quick.
That happened when we were down over there. The man came talking shit, and then he was talking shit, and he went away. The same type of thing he did. And we found out he came back again. He got hit by a car. Legs all fucked up. Came back to our camp over there. I was like, see, this is not Mark. It's not a game. Man. Come over here and talk crazy and think, oh yeah, I got these guys. I got him. I embarrassed him.
Ecclesiastes 5:1, it says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear.
Yeah, just listen, man. If you really want to find out what we're about, just stand up. Oh yeah. Just whatever. Take out your earphones, just listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you do have, there's a way to do it. Ask a question. You know? You're not coming in the right spirit. We're not engaging with you, man. Simple and plain, man. But we're going into stuff. You know what I mean? And then if you fuck off within 2 minutes of information, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't even like sharing stuff with people, man.
Bro.
Because
Give your brother the
yeah,
slide.
yeah, let's get that as well, man. Finish this and let's get that, man. He shouldn't even know who we are, honestly. He didn't even deserve to know, man.
But he got marked. That's why he came up here. Let's get
That's
marked.
right. Yeah, he's done, man.
Yeah.
Here, go ahead.
Because we're going into something. Now we have to switch up the tune for you to get it. You know what I mean? And let's get the wicked flee when no man pursue it, man. Because he fucked up. Okay? Because he's wicked, man. That's why he came. He's the wicked.
Hey, he came with the agenda.
He came with an agenda, man.
Yeah. Because you thought he was going to
Fucking
come down.
angel.
Yeah, that's what he thought.
He thought he was going to come down.
Yeah, like
Ask
we're just
stupid ass
niggas.
question.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking dumb? Finish that, brother.
Yeah, I got it.
This is Ecclesiastes 5:1, and it says, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
That's exactly what he did. He made himself look like a fucking fool, man. Okay? He's a nobody, thinking that he knows something, man. The knowledge of this world ain't gonna work over here, buddy.
Yeah, because you can tell he's a university guy.
Yeah.
When he's moving.
Yeah, proud. He probably goes to fucking UFT down the road there.
Yeah.
Fuck UFT. Okay? I actually walked by that school one day, and one of the buildings, somebody spray painted, this building promotes PDF Elia, or houses PDF Elia.
Right.
That was the spirit. I think I posted it in the chat one day, you know what I mean? But I'm like, that was the spirit. And then when I walked by it again another day, it was gone. They had to fucking scrub it out, man. But this place is being exposed, man. We don't look up to you people that go to fucking university, man.
A bunch of fucking retards.
Retards,
Yeah.
homos, hoes, PDFs. You're just prepping yourself for that low ass world, man. Wow. Yeah. Well, he's a PDF filer and he fucked up Gad, right?
Yeah.
He was fucking with Gad, so that's why they had to change
that
name.
name.
There was a shame. The shameful spewing. It's TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University, and even that is bullshit. You know? You have that shit back to the city. Yep. Yeah. Let's grab that one quick.
Yeah, Con.
Because that's exactly what he was, man.
That's right.
Coming up all proud and shit.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matthew 7 verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs.
Yeah, man, this is holy, man. He doesn't need this. What is he gonna do with this information, man? He's gonna do a damn thing with it, man. The Lord's not using his vessel, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, neither cast ye your pearls before swine.
Exactly, man. I shouldn't have told him that we were the 12 tribes. That's none of his friggin' business, man. But he just left anyway. What is he gonna do with the information? You gonna try to say?
He's gonna make a TikTok. Of course. That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's it.
Actually, these guys, these black Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah,
That's all he's gonna
yeah. We told him we're not black. He's gonna still say we're black. And he's gonna mark himself some more.
See, but this is what I laugh because I like when they come up because you get marked.
Well, yeah.
This
I
is
mean,
spirit, bro.
they're
I'm
gonna-
with you too.
yeah, people are gonna come up, but it is what it is.
I
But
get
like,
I'm not what you're saying.
I'm just going based off of like other people that
Oh,
came
that's
up
what
and
you
are
said.
more
You're different
respectful.
spirit.
And, you know what I
They're
mean?
quiet. They didn't say anything. Ask questions.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be sarcastic.
He was. He knew he wasn't going nowhere. We weren't playing no fucking games. The Spirit of the Lord had the brother holding the Bible. We showed him it was the Bible, and he cut. He left because he knew he trying to play fucking games, man.
Because the Edomite is not a Christian anyway.
Exactly.
The Bible's not his.
Yeah, so you Edomites, you so-called white people, you don't believe in the Bible, man. Okay, you're Satanists and you're atheists. Okay, that's what you guys believe in, man. Carnal. Only on your deathbed you say, "Oh boy, come on." That's it.
Like, was it Antiochus that said that? He's still dying of the stomach disease.
Right.
One of
The
them
nigga had an STD.
Yeah, it was one of them. He died
That's what he got.
Someone I don't remember.
STD, that's what he got. Back in the ancient world, you got STD. You gotta be a dirty motherfucker, man.
You know?
That's why when he came out, I was like, yo, he fleed. I was like, yo, you don't even understand. You were being sarcastic. You got marked. You don't get it. Like, you don't understand what's gonna happen to you. You don't get it. Like, he thinks he got us. Like, yo, we're gonna find out you got in a car crash, or you know, you maybe you're guys a shutout, or something's gonna happen to you. You guys think it's a game coming up here and trying to confound us? And try to, like that's gonna do anything. It's not gonna do shit. All you did was mark yourself.
That's it.
That's it.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 5:2, and it says, "Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before the Most High, for the Most High is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Let thy words be few."
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Don't even talk, bro. If you were really sincere, you just listen. And, you know, you grab a piece of the puzzle, you look at the sign. You know, you listen to what brothers are talking about. You might gravitate towards the conversation if you're sincere. You can agree with that. Oh, I've always thought like this, but you know, I didn't want to speak of these things because people might look down upon me. But now this is a safe place. I can speak about these things. I've always had a problem with these things that these guys are talking about. The problems of this world. You know, what else? You know, I can learn from these guys. You know what I mean? What's the end goal? You know, how can I better myself? No, none of that. You know, just pride, man. You devils, man, it can get you, man.
Should I ask like, okay, forget the Jews, what are the people over there? Who are they? Should I ask that?
Yeah.
Who are they? Tell them.
Look at it's
You guys are the real Israelis.
That good one?
Oh, okay.
2 Corinthians 10:4 it says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power of Yahweh Yahushua to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing."
Yeah, he got cut, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Every high thing that
Because
is.
in his world now, if we're the real, the true Israelites, then what are those guys? That's fucking up his head right now. He probably knows Jay buddies.
of them.
He is probably one of them. You know what I mean?
Like I said, he got marked. You don't even understand what happened. He's conversing us in a carnal way.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. We're attacking spiritually. So you already got marked and cut.
But we don't care. We don't care to give you the information or not.
Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna do when you got cut, you interact with us, you're gonna get cut, man.
That's it.
The beneficial just walk by.
That's
Yeah.
it.
That's it. Shouldn't have said anything. It says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself. So every high thing means people too. Anyone that's in a proud spirit,
haughty mind,
yeah,
you
haughty
know.
minded, you're gonna get cast down, whether you realize it or not. Whether it happens right now or happens later, it's gonna happen. Every high thing that exalted itself
You
against.
guys' kingdom is done, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're all here, man. You know? Yeah, days are numbered, man. Okay, you see Israelite men here, so-called black men in unity. That's scary to you devils, man. You know your time is done. We're able to come together in unity like this, man.
We were talking about no loitering.
Right.
This was a problem back in the day.
Yeah, we couldn't do this back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? You kidding me? We be in cuffs, man.
That's right.
You know? But the Spirit of the Lord had it to where the devil had to ease up on us, man. And we can come out here in great boldness and talk, man. Speak and confound this place.
And that's what you're also saying. Also, with him coming like that, I don't know about the other camps, but other camps probably like IUIC, they probably got angry. We don't move like that. We were caught. Other camps, like IUIC, those others, they probably would have got angry because he was saying things like, oh, you sometimes see he has a Bible, why are you asking about the Quran? No, they would have got roused up because they don't have control of their emotions. Right? There's a difference between these other camps. GMS, we don't move like that. We also try to same spirit. 1, 2, you don't listen, okay, see you later, bye. I think most likely going to let you leave, but we're just telling you to keep moving. What is the truth going to happen? But you were saying things that are clearly wrong.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you guys read the Quran? The brother's clearly holding the Bible.
Yeah, and I said out the Bible. I said before you, I told them, right, the man in Israel, named Israel in the Bible, we go back to him. And then he said, yeah, you get what I'm
So
saying?
he was trying to get us angry. It didn't work. That was his whole agenda.
Yeah.
Usually what these Edomites look at, oh God, Jake, they're always angry. They stir them up, make them do something. Blah, blah, blah. Let's fuck with them. Let's fuck with the Israelites. Right? It doesn't work with them because we're beyond you guys. You guys are on a carnal low level. You think if you try to confound us with that, what you just did right now is make us angry?
And plus, we know you go back and forth to earth, man. Trying to like see.
Yeah. Who you might devour? You're the devil.
Yeah, exactly.
We know our enemy. We're not those, yeah, man. We're not those Jake that don't know what the fuck's going on, man. We're the, you know, we're illuminated, man.
We're hip to
We're the
who you
Lord.
are.
Yeah. When we see the devil coming a mile of fucking weight, man. We know the devil when we see the devil. He is the devil.
That's why nothing worked.
Yeah.
Resist the devil, he shall flee.
I love that, man. I love that.
I'll just finish this up. It says, the knowledge of power, Yahushua, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach.
I was going to say that there's like I'm saying the Jim was doing like a deaf brother. If you don't listen, like, I can't really like see what I'm saying. You know like no, I'm saying we're telling them like who we are. Yeah, but it's not like you have like that block, so like it's like she's not no, listen, I'm here. You know? So across the blocks, look for us like like you go like like covering whatever the case may be. Keep on coming around that partner, coming around that color scheme. Yeah. Let's keep right here. Again, real quick, book of Isaiah 25, verse 7. It reads, and he will destroy in his mountain the face of the covering cast over all people. Not covering cast, going to like the black, white, and red, and yellow.
Yeah.
You know, like all these like bywords and the colors by Latino, right? Like indigenous. They're all covering cast, man. They're the true tribe, the true sons of Jacob. 12 tribes, 12 sons.
That's right.
That's who we are, man.
That's right.
He says, and the veil that is spread over all nations, describing who you are. You are the Edomites, the so-called, the so-called pagans. You are the wicked. Okay, that's what we are. We have to put back that veil. That covering. It's like how you go back to the like go back to like monkeys. You go back to like like we are born as who you are. That's not what you are. You go back to somebody the lineage. The family shows who you are. It's not the mother now.
Right.
Yeah, man. You know that it's like the mother looks like Jewish. That's not how the teachers. My father did.
And that's what you're saying. That's why with those guys, there's some people that you don't know if they're actually my Israelites because they go based off that.
Yeah.
So you're going based off the line of the mother, so that's creates confusion. So you're not gonna know. They're gonna be a man who looks like he has the curls and all the thing, and he's actually Israelite. Because they're going based on my mother's line. Like, what are you talking about?
Because
They're a bunch of tricks.
They have to do it like that because they know the majority of the world is not going to get one of these so-called Jewish women. They have to like keep it in, like over here. If you have a Jewish mother, if it's with a man, most of these Jewish men go outside and have children outside, so they want to bring in, so-called the boys inside. That's true. So I get what they're trying to do, but that's not according to scripture.
Yeah.
It creates confusion.
Yeah. On top of that, right? hold on, I lost my train.
This is the true Edomite right here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Here's the true Edomite.
Harbinger of
Not a Christian.
That's right.
You know?
This is Proverbs 28 and 1. It says, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. All right? So I don't know what the hell, you know, he came up to us, man. You know, he's wicked, man. No enchantment against Jacob. Right? They try to come with their sorcery or semantics. That's semantic shit. That's sorcery. That's Esau's trickery, wild of the devil too, man. Don't get twisted. That's a mind fuck. He plays a lot of psychological mind game, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm vexed right now. You know what I mean?
His game didn't work.
It didn't work. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
The spirit
It
after that,
works.
we're getting on these devils, man. So we can do that, man. It's our time to let everything out on the highway, man. It's our therapy session, man.
Exactly what you're saying. The thing is, we're going based on what we can read of the Spirit. The Most High knows exactly what he's thinking. So the one knows exactly why he came here, what his agenda was, and he's gonna fuck him up. Right? So like these, you guys, like mention again, you guys that come up here and try to play games with Israelites, especially GMS, you don't understand what you're doing. You don't understand the scriptures talk about the angels in campus. Yeah, there's angels here. You're over here playing fucking games. That guy's marked. He's done. He's done. You might not think, oh no, what are we talking about? Okay, all right. All right, you come over here and scoff and scorn and see what happens to you. I've already seen it. I've seen people come up here and scoff and scorn and something happened to them. They got fucked up. Some died. And even the police, they know about that. Some police officers died. They came and tried to fuck with us. Not our camp specifically, but other camps, and they died. And they said, no, don't mess with us guys, leave them alone. No, don't do that.
It's
not a game.
This is above us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People don't understand the realm that you're entering when you come here, man. It's a serious realm you cannot see. And the forces that are behind it, man. Okay? Really, the highest force is Yahweh Shem Shai, man. That's the Holy Spirit, man. You don't know nothing about that, man. You can't wield this sword, man.
And exactly what you're saying real quickly. They will accept the wind being real, something you can't see. They will accept, lightning coming out of nowhere and striking, something that you don't really see. But when you talk about spiritual stuff, that's not real. What are you talking about? Angels, demons, that's not real. Right? Wind is real. You don't actually see the wind, you see the result of what the wind does. Right?
You say that a natural man can't see because they don't have the connection. They don't see that. And then when you go to university too, it's always about things you can learn about, things that you can, like things like intangible things, like when we talk about faith and so forth. They don't understand those things because Esau is the one that runs it and you can't quantify those things, right?
Esau, Femina, when you look at the word Femina, lack of faith. This university and these, alma mater, all they do is pretty much turn you to put the spirit of woman on you. But most women, when you tell them about the kingdom to come, what do they talk shit? Because they want to see the kingdom. Us men of the Lord, we are men. We receive, right? We have the gift of faith, right? So we have it in our mind and in our hearts, right? For Esau now, it's the opposite. Just like a woman, you want to see it for him to know, this is the kingdom of heaven. Okay, let's walk into it. No, it's not going to happen like that, right?
Proverbs 30 and 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters?
What is his name?
Calling out?
Right? So it's talking about Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, man. Right? Because the scripture ended saying, what is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell.
Yeah.
Right?
It says, who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth?
Right?
And you Christians don't believe this, man. It says,
And that's going into the creation, by the way.
Yeah.
The creation of this whole realm that as we know it.
They don't believe in that. They don't believe in the intricacies. They don't meditate on this realm, man. They don't.
That's right.
Yeah,
they really don't. This is really good.
Christians are still trying to figure out how you pretty much got here. You guys make sex so taboo, like it's some.
Or if you have sex and not get married,
Yeah.
you're gonna go to hell.
You're going to burn and die. Yeah. You know, that's it. You can't listen to these wackos, man.
Yeah.
He said, what is his name and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? Every word of Yahweh is pure.
That's right.
He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
And that's the elect.
Right.
Not just anybody is going to have this, the privilege to be protected by Heavenly Father and Son. You know what I'm saying? And you got to know the name. You got to know the name in order for that to happen. Right? You got to know the name.
That's why you can't confound the man of the Lord.
That's right.
No matter how you try, you're not the son of the Lord.
He should have known that he cannot judge us, but we can judge him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to be judges over him. We're judging him now.
Yeah.
In the kingdom, we're going to judge him again.
Yeah, we're going to rent him out amongst all of us.
That's right.
We're going to rent him out.
He's an Israelite.
Remember me?
Or one of the other
Yeah.
nations, at
I
least.
hope he's not an Israelite.
Yeah, God. Me too.
You're an Edomite, bro. We're gonna remember this.
Yeah.
We're gonna remember this whole thing we came to do. Remember that? He's like, I'm sorry, you know, it was just, I was just, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I hope Vocab's not an Israelite.
I hope
You know?
vocab is not in this one because I don't like that.
I don't think
Not.
He's not. He's
Amen.
not, but I just hope.
Amen.
he's not,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Haman.
Yeah.
I hope he's not
Last
Jason.
scripture. Yeah, last scripture.
The book of Numbers is supposed to be brought out. Number 23, verse 23 says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob,
Yeah, once you're illuminated, that shit ain't gonna work on you, man. You're not gonna fall into the wiles of the devil, the trickery, and all that shit, man. That shit don't work, man. Esau here trying to use your straw man name, your government name, to put curses on you. You don't identify as that, man. We all have our spiritual, our Hebrew names now, man. All that shit you're trying to do. You don't say your name 3 times in a seance. This shit ain't working. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's right. Right.
It says, according to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what are the most high wrath?
Right. So with that, we're going to close up. We give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshai, Bashem, Kakodash.
say Kwame Yasharala,
Kwame Yasharala.
Abad Babal,
Abad Babal.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Somebody's gonna get hurt real bad.
Come up here. Come and talk shit. Come on, man. Come. You want to come in?
Yeah. Somebody's gonna get hurt real. How do I turn this off? Oh yeah. Make sure you want to start streaming.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm saying? I put this on the script I was looking for.